Hi, Laura.
Tina, how you doing?
Yeah, really well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, thanks for joining me for this conversation about COVID-19 and how it's affecting you where you are. So first of all, tell me how you're doing. How's your family?
I am doing well. We are doing well. So far, so good. We are all working from home, as many families are here in the States, and I'm sure everywhere. From work perspective, we are doing well. We are already, or had been, a remote working company. So I think our challenges and just transition was less for us perhaps than others, but we're doing good.
And in terms of the food service sector where you are, I mean, what's the current status? Did you have a complete shutdown?
Not complete shutdown, but we have a very limited opening for our restaurants. They're able to do carry out, most of them through apps and app ordering, and a lot of them have gotten really creative, which has been very cool.
How long have you been in lockdown?
I actually returned from the Foodservice Design Boot Camp. I'm on the faculty there March 13th, and it was in New Orleans actually this year. But I have been on lockdown since that day. So I think, like many folks, as we start to reopen, there's just a nervousness about what the data is going to show about our behavior. Yeah. But we have gotten out a little bit. We've made a concerted effort to support local businesses. Fiance and I were supposed to be married last weekend. Last Saturday was going to be our wedding day. So we postponed it a full year. We put it off.
How disappointing.
So this is the third time, in fact, that we have delayed the wedding.
No way.
Time's the charm. So the first time was with our first child. The second time was with our second child. You would think we would have learned.
Right.
And this third time, obviously, a pandemic.
So when you do eventually send out the invites for the new day, people might be surprised.
I know, right?
We've talked a lot about the terrible impact this is having on the food service sector everywhere, but every single person I've spoken to during this time has also talked to me about all the cool stuff and inspiring stuff and really innovative stuff that really shows the food service sector at its best. I mean, what kind of things have inspired you?
First thing that comes to my mind is sort of this, I don't know, I feel like a food renaissance. I mean, when this all started, for a couple of weeks, we thought maybe it would end quickly, and then you realize it's going to be a while. And so I started planning a number of activities, and at least with my daughter, and I've seen this in so many families are having this sort of food renaissance. They're baking together, they're cooking together, because, that's a fun activity you can do and is also productive. And if you're having to make dinner with children at home, I think the whole notion of this new term I'm hearing, grocerant, an innovation that's maybe come out of it. It makes a lot of sense. I think in our future, in terms of how, what's going to help us feel safe, fewer stops is certainly ideal.
What's a grocerant?
A combination of a restaurant and a grocery store. I think the thinking from the customer point of view is it's one stop. So I need a gallon of milk and I want to pick up dinner because I don't have time to make dinner tonight. And I've been out all day and I want to get home to my family, my kids. I can make one stop, pick up some groceries, get dinner, and be okay.
Everybody has to be resourceful in this kind of time and just do whatever you can.
I think so. I think, what else to do with wasted, if you will, space that used to be for seats. So I think everyone's gotten creative. I mean, obviously this type of a thing prompts innovation.
What kind of baking have you been doing? And I will never waste an opportunity to talk about my own sourdough starter. But is that something you've got stuck into?
Okay, I thought about sourdough starter. And in fact, my grandfather had a sourdough starter for years before he passed away. And I remember his sourdough pancakes that he'd make with blueberries in them. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Obviously, the food service sector will change, but what do you think would change it for the better? There's been a lot of talk about all sorts of different people with strong opinions about, let restaurants die and start again, or,
right.
Do you think it needs a reboot? Do you think this is a chance to make it better or different?
Oh, definitely. I mean, honestly, I don't think we have any choice but to rethink it, to make it different, to make it better. If anything, prior to this, my thinking was, man, technology has changed our industry so much in just a few years Well, that went out the door as soon as we all started dealing with, a pandemic. Talk about changing quickly and learning to be flexible and reactive. We're seeing here in the States, we have a Serve Safe program, which is certified by the NRA. It's their certification that's put out. And we're seeing that, is a lot of companies are saying maybe we should Serve Safe certify everyone, where before the requirement had just been for, in most jurisdictions, the manager or the staff person on duty. I think it's just changed dramatically how we're thinking about it. From a design perspective, obviously, because I'm a designer, I mean, we are seeing all sorts of reactions from health departments, but also flexibility. How, if I need to now full serve from my salad bar, do I need a hand sink? Can it be a mobile hand sink? Just as an example, like the thinking and the thought processes that we're going through.
I think I've spent at least the last 8 weeks thinking about what restaurants I want to go to when I'll be allowed to get out again to go. Where do you want to go to?
Papa's Crab Cakes would be my choice. That's my favorite crab cake joint. That's where I would go back. They make this amazing, basically twice baked potato. Oh, it's awesome.
So after your child enforced lockdown and now pandemic enforced lockdown, you might head back for some crab cakes.
Yep, exactly. If I got to go to a restaurant, that's where I'd be going.
All right. Well, listen, Laura, thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you soon.
Oh, thank you so much, Tina. I wish the same to you.
Thank you, Laura. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.